Good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Welcome to our first stream of Disney Dads. I want to thank you guys for being with us tonight. I've got a great panel of Disney Dads that are going to be joining us tonight. And so I want to just welcome you guys in. So I'm going to go ahead, without further ado, we'll go ahead and get this show started. So first of all, we have James Urias with Deep in the Heart of Disney.
Hello, everyone.
And we have Jeff with Dis Our Dream.
Hi.
Walt with Mouse Talk, wherever he has gone to. Charlie with Disney Nerd Herders. Uh-oh.
I'm ready. What are we building?
Ready for business. And Kelly with Hands Full, Heart Full, formerly known as Sawyer in the Middle.
Hey, guys. Good to see you.
We've got Walt. Walt seems to be frozen in time. He said earlier he was having computer problems, so
Yeah.
we'll see if he jumps back in. But welcome everybody. Got a great group of Disney dads tonight, and we're going to have a great time discussing what it means to be and what it's like being a Disney dad. I want to welcome in Lena with Life with Lena. She's here with us. We have Jackie with RVing to Disney In. Jeffrey Resendez is here. Also, we have Just Another Dis Nerd. Frankie is in here with us. Minifan is in with us. Stacy Herder is in with us tonight. AJC Magic TV is here with us. Car Key is also in the house tonight. And let's see, the list goes on. And thank you, Walt, for sending us a message that we were starting a couple minutes late. Monarch Moments is in the house. Garrett with Monarch Moments is our invisible Disney dad. And Faith, Hope, and Disney, a.k.a. Barbara, is in the house. Pamela Kabildis is here. Ray J is here. Hey, well, all the way from across the other side of the planet. And let's see. Michael Riley, good to see you. Good to have you in with us tonight as well. So we're going to have a great show and a great time of discussion. And this idea kind of came over the summer. Let me see if I haven't seen Walt pop back in yet. Kind of came over the course of the summer whenever I got to thinking. I'd met James at the Pop Century back in July. And of course, had to hang out with Jeff and with Kelly and with Charlie and with Walt, and just saw how unique everyone's streams were and how everyone talked about Disney. And it was such, to me, a unique perspective to see Disney from a dad's perspective. A lot of times we hear our ladies talk about, Disney, and we see a lot of Disney stuff about crafts, crafting Disney and things like that. Like Lena, they do a lot of that. But I've never really heard our dads talk about it. And I guess that is why this is unique to me. And it may not be that unique to some of you guys, but up here where we are, people look at you kind of crazy when you identify yourself as being a Disney dad. They're kind of like, oh, okay. He just fell off of his rocker, and they just get it. And it was so cool to be in this community and figure out there were dads that get it, that actually wear matching T-shirts. They don't see their trip as the most expensive day ever, even though it probably is. And just bring a unique vantage point. So tonight I've given them some questions, and we're going to talk about it kind of in a round table, what it means to be a Disney dad. And I call this the inaugural stream. I hope this grows into something. Maybe we'll do something once a month where this group of dads, or we'll keep adding dads over the course of time. And we'll let this kind of be organic and grow as it will. So I'm kind of excited about it and really excited about it. I know that something really cool is going to come out of it, and I hope you guys have a lot of fun. Let's see. We've got Walt is back in the house. There he is.
Who knows?
Walt is back with us. There he is.
I'll be here for 10 minutes, and then the computer will die again, and that'll be it.
Okay. So,
I'm sorry, everybody.
So Walt gets the first question. All right, but I'm going to take the opportunity. You guys introduce yourself. Let's start over with James. If you would introduce yourself, introduce your channel, and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hey guys, my name is James Urias. I'm out of Houston, Texas. Our channel, when I first came up with this idea, I wanted to just, I guess, show Disney from my point of view, the way we like to do Disney. We're that type of go family where we know what we want to do. We've been there plenty of times, and we know that, at least we think we know the ins and outs of which ride to rope drop, which ride not to rope drop. And just share with people what we do to budget our Disney trips, because we do live in Houston, Texas, so we're not close by to where it's a quick ride, and just stuff like that, and then just give people advice, and then just have fun with it.
Awesome. That is cool. All right, Jeff.
Wow, I'm kind of the opposite of James. we don't know what we're doing. We just go have fun in the parks. We don't really have a budget. Angela spends all our money every day. So we just go willy-nilly. No, so in all seriousness, we like to bring the parks to people that don't get to go or can't get there as much as we do. I mean, now that we live part-time down here, we just enjoy going over for an hour or two, live streaming, leave because we have things to do around the house and stuff like that. And when we're in Pittsburgh, then we just live stream from our house. But oh yeah, hi, I'm Jeff, by the way. Sorry, I didn't introduce myself. Does Our Dreams, our channel. Angela's the better half, and look forward to meeting Walt someday.
We had the pleasure to do that last month for Thanksgiving. That was awesome.
It was
hang out with Walt and Melissa on Thanksgiving Day. All right, speaking of Walt, you're next.
Yes. Well, hello, everyone. Thank you, first off, to Sean for inviting me. I'm honored to be here with everybody. Thanks to everybody in the chat for being here. We appreciate you coming out. Our channel is Mouse Talk. Been around for a while now. We just like to have fun. Same thing. We like to bring information to families, though, for those families that maybe are new to Disney, don't know a lot about Disney, need to understand the ins and the outs. Disney's not your normal theme park. So we try to make sure you understand that it's not King's Dominion. It's not Hershey Park or Busch Gardens. It's a little bit more advanced in a lot of ways. So we try to bring that information. We like to also bring the parks to the folks. We live stream a lot. And we try to have fun, too. We try to keep as much fun into it as we can. And I hope it resonates when people watch us. We like to help people live vicariously through us by taking them to the parks. And we have a good time with it. And we have a podcast coming out on Magic of the Mouse TV starting in January. So it's going to be fun.
That's cool. That is cool. And Walt is a chat savant. He can keep up with chat better than anybody I know. I'm so far behind in chat right now. It's not even funny. All I remember seeing is Garrett saying something about he wears Disney underwear. I caught that one.
Who doesn't? I'm just
kidding.
See, I found that funny because I didn't think Garrett wore underwear. So that's.
I'm kind of upset that you were even thinking about that, Jeff.
Well, I know. I'm not going to tell you how I know, but I know.
Garrett is with Monarch Moments, guys. He is
for real.
He's the Disney dad. As a matter of fact, Garrett is responsible for my Disney dad cap and Jeff's Disney dad cap. And but Garrett is our invisible Disney dad. But he's in the chat as their channel. He and his wife, his family have a channel called Monarch Moments. All right, Kelly, you're next.
Hey guys, good to see everybody. My name's Kelly with Hands Full, Heart Full. Some of you guys know us from Sawyer in the Middle. We started off as Sawyer in the Middle a couple years ago. Sawyer, my 14-year-old now, talked me into starting a YouTube channel, and he wanted to go to Disney World and ride rides and film it. So I said, shoot, let's do it. Well, I didn't know 2 years later I'd still be doing it, and he wouldn't be that interested in it anymore. So our kind of mission of our channel is we just want to raise awareness to foster children and adoption, foster to adopt. We just want to show people that we're just a normal family. We're an everyday family, a normal family that, you know, we've opened our doors. God spoke to me and told me that he wanted me to open my home to foster kids. And that's what I did. And I just want to encourage other people to do it. And hopefully they'll see if this dummy can do it, anybody can do it. So how we tie into Disney is we're crazy about Disney. We love Disney, everything about it. We love to go. We live in North Carolina, so we don't get to go all the time, but we go at least once a year. As a matter of fact, we're leaving Sunday to go for a week. So if any of you guys are
Awesome.
I would love to say hello.
Very exciting.
We're going to take, I have 5 kids. So Tucker, Sawyer, Lila, Cammie, Miles. And so it's going to be so much fun to take these 2 little ones together. And I'm going to have my hands full, hence the name, when I get there. Trust me. So we have a wild, crazy bunch in our house. We have fun. And we just want to share that with everybody and hopefully encourage somebody out there.
Nice.
That is awesome. That is awesome.
That's awesome. You can remember all 5 of your kids' names. I couldn't remember that. I couldn't even remember mine too.
That's not easy.
I have one, and I forget her name sometimes. Welcome in, Tina. Good to see you tonight. Well, and hopefully it looks like we're going to be able to meet Kelly down there because we're going to make a quick overnight run so that we can catch them. So Walt, maybe those of us, and Jeff, maybe we can meet up while we're down there. We're basically going to do an overnight. It looks like we'll be coming down on that Thursday night, and we'll be there on Friday because on Saturday we're going to have a Christmas get together at my brother's house. So we had to shift our schedule just a little bit, but we have made it happen. So that's awesome. That's awesome. All right, Charlie with Disney Nerd Herders.
Sean, thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
Welcome, guys. Nice meeting you, James. Nice meeting you, Kelly. I know Jeff and Walt already and Sean already. So
A little bit.
nice seeing all of you. I am Charlie with the Disney Nerd Herders with my wife Stacy and our kids Sophie and Avery. We do like to film from the parks whenever possible. We are based in Massachusetts, so we get there once every year usually. This year we were very lucky where we actually got down there in August, and then we got down there in November for Thanksgiving, and then we're going again in 2 weeks for Christmas. So we're super psyched about that. The channel, we again, we do focus on Disney World, but we also focus on autism awareness, cancer treatment awareness. My son has autism, so we try to get him involved whenever possible. I went through cancer twice, so I have some vlogs out there that hopefully, if anybody's looking to see what it's like to have cancer or dealing with chemotherapy or radiation treatments, maybe they use that as a guide of what to expect, or maybe some type of informational thing. That's why I put it out there. And then my daughter is into theater and drama and acting and singing and musical instruments, and she does it all. So we try to incorporate her in the channel as much as possible too. And then we do local things around Massachusetts. Yeah, that's pretty much it. You know, we try to keep it low key, try to keep it real. We're not fancy tech people at all. So what you see is pretty much what you get. We're getting a little bit better at editing though. We're trying.
Okay. Very good. Don't sell yourself short.
Hey, everybody, I got to say, Avery's series, I'm Batman.
Yes.
Go watch it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
He does a really, really good job. And Stacy's editing is awesome as well.
Thank you, Walt. Appreciate it.
You know it, man. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Hi, Rhonda.
Well, and you know, hey, Rhonda, and you guys can kind of see just from their introduction the unique perspectives that this panel, this group brings to this conversation. And that's really what I'm hoping to hear and in the future to capitalize upon is just being able to see how, you know, dads have a very different role in the home. They have a very different role in life. And I feel like in so many ways, dads have been so minimized in our culture. And that is something that I do a lot of mentoring with dads at our church, and is to try to get them to, realize their place and their purpose, and to do that from a Disney perspective is really cool too. So I want to thank all of you guys for being here with me tonight and hanging out. All right, I've got some questions for you, and
Oh Lord.
so we will start here.
There we go.
I did give them. I sent them to the guys, so they had a little bit of a heads up. So, yeah. So they're not caught too off guard. But these are not quite like hot seat questions from Pete. Okay, so these are a lot easier than Pete's questions.
Gotcha.
Good.
All right, here we go. All right, and we'll start over here with James. When was the first time you went to Disney as a child? When was the first time you went to Disney as a child?
So believe it or not, I grew up in California, in the LA area. At times we were probably 5 minutes away from Disneyland, and my dad was such a penny pincher that the only time I actually went to Disneyland as a child was when I was in my mom's belly.
Really?
She took my brother. He was, I believe, 1. She was pregnant with me, and then we moved up north, and then we ended up moving to Texas. But as a child, I never visited any Disney park. It wasn't until I got married to my wife, and I think I was maybe 25-ish was my very first Disney trip ever.
Wow.
And it was probably, you talking about a grown up feeling like a little kid and just smiling and was like, wow, this is what I've missed my entire childhood. And it was just one of the most awesome feelings, and I just loved it.
That's cool.
Awesome. That's cool.
That is
Very
awesome.
cool.
Jeff, what about you?
The first time I went was when I was a senior in high school. So it was 1985. Not to give away my age or anything, but that was the first time I went. There was only Disney Magic Kingdom, and there was only Epcot at the time. Epcot had just it was fairly new.
Yeah,
and
4 years.
My parents wanted to get down there and see that because they had gone on a couple Disney cruises without us. They left us at home for some reason, like we were bad kids or something. I know we were.
Maybe we were.
There you go.
And then so they decided to take us all to Disney World when I was a senior, and yeah, that was the first time. And I thought, Epcot, man, that was so cool. I thought, I want to come back here someday. And then didn't really get around to it till got out of college. But yeah, that was the first time, 1985, senior in high school.
Awesome. Walt, what about you?
Never went as a child. Too poor. Just didn't have the money. We lived in the inner city of Baltimore. My parents worked 2 jobs each just to, make ends meet. So we never went as kids. Just didn't have it. First time I ever went was 1998. I was 27 years old. And it was my mom and dad treated us. After all those years, they finally got the money, and they took both myself and my sisters and our families, and we all finally went to Disney together for the first time in 1998.
Wow.
And we were hooked. It was that simple. Never forget it. Never forget the first day we were there. We ate at Cinderella's Castle. We were sitting at the table for breakfast. I looked over at my mom and dad, and they had tears in their eyes. And I was like, what's wrong? And they're like, nothing's wrong. This is absolutely wonderful, and we're so glad we were finally able to bring you guys. Never forget that moment. It was like the day we were hooked on Disney. But yeah, never went as a kid. 27 years old.
So you are literally expressing the point of why we're doing this is that your parents saw that there was just something special, and to be able to do that for your family, for their family, that's cool. That is really cool.
It was neat. It was really, really neat. And from that day on, we were hooked.
Awesome. Kelly?
All right. So I was lucky enough to go, I think, if I can remember this right, 2 times as a child. My parents took me when I was pretty young. I'm going to say 5 or 6, somewhere in that range. I have a couple of pictures that stand out in my mind of that trip. One is my parents got me an ice cream cone, and I dropped it on the ground, hiding behind a trash can from Tigger, because I was scared of Tigger. So they have a picture of that. And then I have a picture with my mom that I actually posted on Instagram for a Mother's Day photo. And it's me and my mom riding in the, my mind's going blank, the little cars in Tomorrowland, the Speedway, Tomorrowland Speedway. I remember that picture of riding in that car with my mom, banging on the rails back and forth. And then I got to go again at like probably 8 or 9 with my uncle who took me. And on that trip, I fell in love with Epcot. And it's my favorite park today. It blew my mind. Fell in with Figment, got the little hat with the horns on it. And I never went back.
Did we lose him?
We lost him. We lost him. I think somebody pulled the cord.
James, I don't know if you saw the comment by your daughter Ashlyn in the comments. That's very, very cool.
Awesome.
Yep.
I just saw that.
That is very good. And Garrett said that kind of the same thing with him. He went once as a child because they didn't have a whole lot of money either. There he is. He's back.
I don't know what happened. I just kind of went away.
Don't worry, I've been there.
I'm sorry. I don't know what happened.
I'm sure I'm going to be there again.
Now I'm closer to Walt.
Right.
I can't do it. What the heck? Sorry, what the heck?
So anyway, yeah. So I went 2 times as a kid, grew up, didn't go for a long time. And then when Kristen was pregnant with Tucker, who's now 16, we went back and she cried her eyeballs out looking at the castle. And we just fell in love, and we've been back a lot since then. We try to go every year. We're blessed to be able to do that. I'm in the National Guard, and thank God for the military discount, especially when you got a big family like us. Thank God for Shades of Green Resort. It makes it possible for us to do that yearly.
Nice.
Awesome.
Thank you for your service, by the way.
Yes, sir.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I went whenever I was 5 or 6. I was really young. All I can remember is being terrified by Haunted Mansion. That I do remember that. And but I didn't go back again. Kind of the same thing. My family, we had a farm, and we were taking care of grandparents, my grandparents, their parents. So I didn't go again until after Susan and I got married. I was about 25 when I went again. And was like, wow, this is really cool. But then there was like it wasn't until just before we had Rebecca that it really became like, wow, this is really something cool. And and then of course, once we started going with Rebecca, our daughter, we were, hooked, and then began to really see that it's just really neat, and the dynamic. And with YouTube, I guess being able to see the whole dynamic in such a different way. I mean, now I know those of you who have been there, now when we go to the parks, it's not just to go to the park. We're there to see friends and see the family. And that is a whole different perspective or something, but that is really cool. And I was born and raised right here in Florida. I've been three hours north of Walt Disney World my entire life, but I was really more of an adult as well before I really got plugged in into it. All right, the next question is
wait a minute. What about Charlie? We missed Charlie.
Oh, I'm sorry, Charlie. Hello. I'm sorry, Charlie. I'm sorry, Charlie.
Sean, get off your game, man.
Yeah, I didn't go until I was like 19 for my first time. It was actually with Stacy and her family.
What was that, 1950? No, I'm just
1952.
It was the end of the Big War.
You were a little early. Is anybody else hearing like horse galloping, like flip floppy thing?
Yep.
Or someone
I don't know
chewing?
what that is.
Yeah,
Is that Kelly moving his mic around?
now it's gone. Yep.
Yep.
I think that was Kelly
Okay,
moving his
maybe.
mic around. I think it was Kelly.
So yeah, I didn't get to go as a kid. Again, yeah, we were very poor too. We didn't get to do many things, but we made up for it when I finally was able to go first time, like it was in '88, and that was the first time going with Stacy and her family. Again, like many of you expressed, it was like it was a sense of awe and wonder, and like, holy cow! It was just the size of the thing was like unbelievable, and just all the rides were like, I mean, they're just at an upper level, storytelling with music, with the way everything looked. It was just holy cow! Never seen anything like it. So we were definitely hooked as well. Stacy had gone once when she was younger, with it obviously without me, but so she didn't have much fun without me. But yeah, so she went with me for the first time. I went, and then we've been pretty much every year since. We've been hooked. We were able to go down. She has family down there. We were able to visit either her parents or her sister when they lived down there. And we would always take a trip to Disney. So we've been going pretty much every year, at least once a year, sometimes 2 or 3 times a year since '88. So we've been very fortunate to do that. Back
That's
to the
awesome. Can Kelly hear us now? Kelly, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Awesome.
Okay. Awesome. Okay. All right. I was getting word in the chat that you couldn't hear us, so. All right. James, how many kids do you have?
You're gonna come off that.
I have 2 lovely and beautiful daughters. My oldest is Ashlyn. She's 16, brand new driver. So yeah, that's I don't know what's
just fine.
Yeah, but she great driver. Very very responsible. And then I have a 11-year-old Aubrey, which they love Disney. I don't know who loves Disney more, me or them. But it's just lovely girls. I couldn't ask for anything more. I love them.
I've met them one time when I met them with James, and they are amazing kids. I mean, they really are. Yeah, they really are, James. You're blessed. Jeff?
And they're girls, so
right.
how girls are, 1 minute they love each other, they're hugging each other, and then the next minute it's like, okay, what happened?
Amen.
Yeah.
Jeff?
We have one child. We have Abby. She's 14. We adopted her from Guatemala when she was a little kid. Love her to death.
You're missing one, Jeff.
Do I have another one?
You do have another one.
Yeah.
I think you do.
Sorry. I think his name's Zach. He's
I think that's it.
Oh yeah, Zach. He's 17. Yeah. Sorry. So we have a son and a daughter. So I'm sorry. We have 2 kids. We have a son and a daughter, 17 and 14. Yep. Okay. Sorry about that. I always forget about him.
I'm glad you got that straight, Jeff.
No,
Frankie said that her husband didn't understand why I love Disney so much until he went with her for the first time and he fell in love. Did he fall? Was that with Disney or with Frankie? I don't know.
Both.
Both, exactly. All right, Kelly. We got your.
All right. Well, I'm here. I have 5 kids. Most of you guys know I have 3 biological and 2 foster kids that aren't going to be foster kids for long because we're in the process of adopting them and it's almost over. Thank
Awesome.
God.
Yeah.
Long 2 years.
Good deal.
So my oldest is Tucker, and he's walking around here somewhere. He may pop in. He is 16, new driver. There he is.
There he is.
He's my oldest.
Tucker.
And then I have Sawyer, who's my second one. He's 14. That was the name, Sawyer in the middle, because he was in the middle. I guess he's still in the middle now. We don't know anymore. And then I have Lila, who is 10, who is currently at the Nutcracker, her ballet thing tonight with my wife, Kristen. And then we have Cammie and Miles, who you saw me holding earlier. They're brother and sisters. They're 3 and 2.
Nice.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
That is awesome. I've had the pleasure to meet Tucker too. Tucker.
What's up?
Can you hear me? How did this season end? I didn't catch it. How did the season end?
How did the football season end?
Yeah.
Well, we had one game left, and then like a last week of practice, and the school that I was playing for, the entire school went online. Like a bunch of people caught COVID, so just the entire thing went, and they wouldn't reschedule the game. So.
Oh, okay. All right.
Good.
Wow. Good deal. All right, Mr. Walt.
Hey.
Oh, my turn. Yep.
You're up.
Two boys. Walter, who is 24. He's about to graduate from grad school. He'll have his master's degree. He graduates in April, which is awesome. And then our youngest is Mason, who's 19, and Mason is actually in college as well. He's in his second year. He's a sophomore in college, so both doing really, really well. And Walter's my buddy for sure. Him and I are like that. He's the man, and Mason's pretty awesome as well. He's a unique kid for sure. I love both of them. I'm very lucky to have them. So they're my pals.
Awesome. Charlie, won't forget you this time.
I got 2 kids. Avery is my son. He is 19 years old. He is super, super awesome. Does comics and does his action figure I Am Batman series. And he never ceases to amaze me. And then my daughter is 16, Sophia. She doesn't like to be called Sophia. You want to call her Sophie?
Oh, I'm going to call her Sophia now.
Man. No, Walt, come on.
You shouldn't have told me, Charlie.
We love it when you and Sophie go back and forth at each other. That's awesome. We like it when you guys do that when we're eating or whatever. So go right ahead, Walt. Call her Sophia. But she's 16 also. Just got her permit, so we're gonna start. She's terrified about being in the car though, so we're gonna ease her in slowly. But yep, gonna be a new driver soon.
Wow.
And that's all. Yes, all that I know of.
So Garrett, Kelly wins. Best dad here just for having 5 kids and still smiling.
Amen to that.
Yep.
And we have one child, our daughter Rebecca, and she is 12, going on 40. And so she is one of our inspirations behind our channel too, and she does her thing, and she does kind of a little bit like Sawyer did. She kind of wanted to do it, and now Dad gets it. That's right. All right. Okay. Let's go back around. All right. So, what is your favorite Disney memory with your kids, James?
What is my favorite? I think every trip we go could qualify as the best Disney memory, because you make new memories every time you go. We try something new, we do something new. This 2020 has been the craziest year for us, because long story short, we try to go every year to Disney World, and living in Houston, it's hard because flights are expensive. and we either fly or we'll drive. But this year has been crazy because this year we decided to become annual pass holders, and this was back in February, and then COVID hit, and we were like, oh no, this, what did we do? But it allowed us this year to be able to go to Disney. I think we just got back during Thanksgiving, and we're going back the week after Christmas, and I think it's already been our ninth trip this year. Ooh, and we just the annual pass is what helped us out the biggest, because the resorts were very affordable. Gas, it doesn't cost that much to drive, and we make memories every time we go, and I just love it. And just seeing the smile in my kids' face and just having them watch them have a great time is awesome. And here's one of them right here, and our dog Olivia. But yeah, every memory is a great memory. I can't name just one because they're all great.
That's cool. Yeah, you're right. And as they get older, and it changes. Yeah, that's a great point. Jeff, do you have a favorite Disney memory with your kids?
Every time in the park's a great memory. But I would have to say the first time we took the kids, Abby was 2 and Zach was 5. That was probably the best memory that I have. We watched those videos over and over and over again. How you see how small they are now, and and you see how big and back talky they are now, and you kind of wish they were that small again for a little bit, to do that all over again. Because it was a simpler time. Abby wasn't even talking yet because she came from Guatemala and all she understood was Spanish, and Zach was just talking a little bit. He wasn't, let's go, or all he would say was, I'm hungry, let's eat, so stuff like that. But there's good with the bad. We have good times at the parks now when they're older because they just go off by themselves and they do their own thing. So it is every trip's special. Every trip has a good memory.
That's
every
cool.
time in the park. Yeah.
Kelly, what about you?
Oh man, this is such a tough question. I don't know. I was sitting here thinking, I don't know. I'm just coming up with memories. I don't know if they're the best or not, but I guess they resonate in my head, in my heart. I think about the fun Tucker, Sawyer, and I had on Primeval Whirl, and just they are laughing at me so hard because it's killing my back, and I'm screaming like a maniac. You know how rough it is. And it was just such a good memory. Yep. I don't know. And that's not like a ride people talk about a lot, but it's one that we had so much fun on. I think about when every time they make me get on, Mission Space. And I hate that ride. I'm claustrophobic. It freaks me out. It makes me want to puke. But they have the best time watching me like have anxiety about it and all that. I think about Lila, my 10-year-old, crying on the Barnstormer, on Goofy's Barnstormer. I don't know why, I just think it's funny. I think about when we got Cammie 2 years ago. We had just picked her up, just met her a few weeks ago, and showed her as a little girl, 1 year old, showed her the joy of Disney, and just brought so much joy to that kid's heart. And I'm picturing Olaf, her grabbing his carrot nose, and just memories like that. There's so many of them. I can't narrow it down, but they definitely flood my mind.
That's awesome.
That's cool. What about you, Walt?
Well, I think everybody makes good points. There's always so many different memories that you have, but I have 3 in particular for us that I know are probably my favorites. First one is just whenever we walk into Magic Kingdom, I look at my sons and I look at my wife, that's the first thing I look at. If we turn that corner and we look up at the castle, and I look at their reactions and their smiles every trip, and it's always awesome. Secondly, for me is each night when we would go to Disney and stay on property, our boys, no matter what their age was, 2 up to 24, always came into our room before they went to sleep at night, and they would kiss us and tell us they love us. But they also sat down with us for about 5 to 10 minutes, and we talked about the day. Talk about our day at the parks and what we were having, the fun we had and what we were having ready for the next day. And it was nice because we were together for that, but it was the end of the day and it was relaxing. It was always a good memory. I enjoy that memory for sure. And then last but not least, my son, our oldest, proposing to his girlfriend in front of the castle this year.
That was awesome.
That was really, really fun to see him propose to his girlfriend. And that's a big one for sure. We won't forget that one for a while.
Yeah, that is and they won't either. And that will be a story they'll have for the rest of their lives too.
Yeah, that was awesome. So
that is cool.
Those are mine.
Awesome. Awesome. Charlie?
Yeah, I have a few memories too. Again, there's so many that to pick from, but some that stand out really, really meaningful to me. One is with Sophie doing the Tower of Terror at nighttime. Stacy and Avery had decided not to ride it with us that particular time, and we had gone into the queue at Tower of Terror, and the weather was just perfect, and there was this fog in the queue line. It was like a very spooky mist fog that was just right up to like, I don't know, like 3 feet high.
Cool.
Wow.
The feeling of it was just perfect. I'm still in awe of that particular time we were in the queue. It still stands out. And me and Sophie still talk about it. It was probably like 10 years ago. We still talk about it. It was like, holy cow, it's such a unique experience.
Right.
And we got to share it. So that's our moment that we share once in a while. We talk about that. So that's one thing that I like to share with Sophie. Regards to Avery, there's a couple things that stand out. A couple years ago, we were staying at the boardwalk, and me and Avery were taking the bus back from Magic Kingdom one night. Again, Stacy and Sophie were somewhere else. I don't know why it happens when. Regardless, we were taking the bus back to the boardwalk, and our bus driver decided when we're pulling into the boardwalk, he decided to try to beat the arm that was coming down to stop the buses check-in. He crashed right through it. The whole bus was quiet. And
That's awesome.
Was like, what was that? Everybody heard him because the bus was like so quiet after the guy had just crashed through the gate. It was pretty funny.
I bet he's not a bus driver for Disney anymore. Just a thought.
Man,
Probably not.
It was exactly what he was saying. Like, what was that? Anyways, and then the next memory that I have with and again, this was with all of us at the Garden Grill, and we probably told this story 10 million times, but at the Garden Grill we were eating, and we had Mickey and Chip and Dale were visiting us, and Avery had these 2 little stuffed animals of Chip and Dale. So Dale took Chip's stuffed animal and started rubbing him in his armpit. And started making fun. Avery was under the table laughing. It was so hard. He had lost it. He was under the table. He was, Avery has these belly laughs once in a while that, I mean, you got to tell him to breathe. One of those laughs.
Right.
And, again, that's just something for us that brings us a lot of joy, those memories. But yeah, that's pretty much all I'm going to mention right now. I won't bore you.
No, they're great. I know. It's kind of funny because, like I said, I really started going. Now Susie has gone to, that's my wife, has gone to Disney for many, many years, and her family lives down in the Orlando area. So when they moved down here when she was still early in college, she and her sisters went a lot, and it was almost like Becca and I kind of really started experiencing Disney together. So it's kind of like we were I was as in awe as much as she was in awe sometimes. But I remember when we first, one of you talked about going on the main street, the first time when Becca was old enough to really kind of get it. And that is just a priceless experience. And last year for her birthday, she didn't want to have a party. She wanted to take her friend to Disney. And so she took her friend Chloe. And Chloe had never been to Disney. And it was so cool seeing her as a 10-year-old walk into Magic Kingdom and just be completely overwhelmed. It was just wow, and I videoed that. I stood there because I knew it was going to happen. You could just I've watched it several times, and she just still talks to her mom and dad about how awesome that trip was, and so that was really cool. And those were really neat memories that I had. That not only did I have those with Rebecca, but having her little friend with us, seeing them experience that together was really sweet too. With Rebecca being an only child, she has a lot of those experiences. She's around adults primarily, and but to see her have that moment and those moments with her best buddy, that was really cool. Oh, thank you, Stacy. She said she's a sweet girl. Robin Doyle said that this is like spying on a man cave. So
that's true.
We can kind of popcorn this one. What you kind of alluded to it, kind of like in your memory, kind of priming before. What is the one ride or attraction that you have to do, that you go to the park, you've got to do that one thing. You've got to do it. A ride or attraction. What is that?
Haunted Mansion.
Spaceship Earth.
End of story. Well, that's a good one too, depending upon the park. Yep. If I'm in Epcot, I got to do Spaceship Earth for sure.
Okay.
Absolutely.
If I'm at Epcot, I definitely have to do Figment.
Ooh,
During the imagination.
yeah.
Charlie, what is yours?
It's too tough. It's too tough a question.
Okay, Magic Kingdom. Okay, let's make it easy. Magic Kingdom. Which attraction?
Splash Mountain, especially since it's the stage are numbered.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Right. Okay, Epcot.
Epcot, Spaceship Earth.
Oh, I thought it might be Test Track. That's interesting.
Test Track and Spaceship Earth.
Okay.
At the same time.
The new upgrade is going to have Test Track going up into Spaceship Earth and then back in.
Well, I won't be able to ride it then.
Oh man! All right, Hollywood Studios.
Let's see, the Safari. I have to do the Safari with Avery. He has too much fun on it. Too much fun watching.
At Hollywood Studios.
Hollywood Studios. The Safari doesn't go through Hollywood Studios. What?
I was wondering.
All right. Hollywood Studios is probably like Tower of Terror.
All right.
Yeah, me too.
Break it out by park. James, Magic Kingdom. What favorite attraction?
Haunted Mansion. Definitely. Epcot. It's a toss-up. I will say Journey into Imagination, but my second best would be the Grand Fiesta Tour. The Mexico Pavilion.
That is so much fun. All right, Jeff.
Magic Kingdom, Pirates of the Caribbean, however you want to say it. Epcot's going to be Spaceship Earth, and Hollywood Studios is Tower of Terror.
Animal Kingdom.
Oh, Animal Kingdom. I don't really go to Animal Kingdom.
Oh my God, I love that.
No, I like walking around. I don't really care for the rides. I don't really fit on Flight of Passage too well.
Do you like Everest?
No, I don't like Everest. I don't like Flight of Passage. The Kilimanjaro Safari is probably my favorite thing at Animal Kingdom.
Yeah. Kelly?
Okay, so I'm gonna go less rides, more when we get to Disney World that first night. Like we'll be there Sunday night. Got to get on the monorail and do a monorail loop. That's
okay.
You're in the Disney bubble.
That's an attraction.
You haven't paid a park ticket yet. You hadn't burned a park ticket because we're not annual pass holders, so you hadn't burned a park ticket. But you get that Disney magic of riding around and popping into Grand Floridian, Polynesian. Usually we take off from the Polynesian because we stay at Shades of Green typically, and that's where you go in is the Polynesian. You get on that monorail. So we do that initial like monorail loop, and we're ready after that. Now going into Magic Kingdom. Now this is old school. You can't do it anymore, but the Walt Disney World Railroad, I like to do that right off the bat to kind of get the feel of everything and get the Disney spirits going.
I miss that a lot.
Oh man, I love Epcot. But yeah, definitely Spaceship Earth on Epcot. Animal Kingdom, Everest for sure. Hollywood Studios, I love Rock and Roller Coaster. That start scares me to death, but I love it. Got to do it.
How about it, boys? Let's go fix that railroad.
Yes, let's fix the railroad.
I think Jeff has a question.
I have a statement. So Kelly, just so you know, when you come down next week, the monorail's not stopping at Polynesian.
Yeah, I saw that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just wanted to let you know.
We're staying off property this time.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, we got to park anyway.
Okay. Just want to bring that to your attention.
Good to see Magical Paradise in with us tonight. And Lori, just kind of glancing over at chat here. This is awesome. All right. Walt.
Oh, Haunted Mansion. It's my favorite ride in all of Walt Disney World for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Spaceship Earth and Epcot. Hollywood Studios. Probably Slink. I really like Slinky Dog. It's a lot of fun. And over at Animal Kingdom, it's a tie between Everest, the Safari, and Flight of Passage. I can't really not do any of those.
Okay.
So
good word.
And I always highly recommend folks do the Safari first thing in the morning.
Yes.
Because the animals, it's still early. It's still cool out. The animals are really active. Sometimes they're feeding them. It's a good time to go.
And we've gone the last 2 trips. We have done a late afternoon safari, and both times we've heard the lions roar, which has been really
cool. Yep.
Mr. Charlie, I didn't forget you.
Oh, didn't I already go? No.
Charlie went first.
Yeah, you went first. That's right. All right.
Can I clarify something before we move on?
Yes, sir.
Because it looks like Magical Paradise really wants to hurt me. So I just want to clarify. I don't hate Animal Kingdom. I don't fit on the Flight of Passage ride. So that's why I don't really like the way I'm built. I don't know. It's just a build thing. I don't really fit on that ride. I think I'm too tall. And Expedition Everest, I love the ride, but when you go backwards, it just messes up my inner ear or something. I don't know what it's doing. But it
That's
just
the
gives
best
me
part.
I can't stand it. It just makes my head want to explode. So
yeah, I can't do any of them because of my ear. That's the problem. My ears. I can't do any of them. So mine are all attractions. It's like Magic Kingdom. I love Tiki Room. Of course, we did Carousel of Progress. I love it. Favorite ride is Haunted Mansion. I'm with Walt. That's my favorite. Epcot, Spaceship Earth, and Animal Kingdom, definitely the Safari for me. And I love Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
I just got home from ballet.
Robin said, "So how did it go?"
Oh, she went away. There's Kristen. That's my wife. Lila, come back.
So how was the Nutcracker?
Mr. Sean wants to know how the Nutcracker went.
How did it go? Now, were you in it?
Yes.
What was your part?
I'm an intermediate party girl.
Oh, you're a party girl.
Intermediate party girl.
That's cool.
Intermediate party.
An intermediate party girl. That's awesome. That's one of our traditions is every year we go to see Nutcracker. That's cool. We lost. Who did we?
Walt.
We lost Walt. And
Walt
Stacy
doesn't like the Nutcracker, apparently.
What's that? Oh yeah.
No, I think Sean only paid him till 9 o'clock.
That's probably right.
He clocked
9
out.
o'clock. He said, "I'm done."
He was done at 9 o'clock.
Ray J said he doesn't like the backward part of Everest either. And Robin says, "I have got to go. You're making me want to go so bad." All right. So last question. Since it's been an hour, but last question. Let's kind of talking about. I had it. The question is, what is the one thing that you have to do? Like you guys said, like you were talking about the monorail loop, doing the monorail loop. Do you have something like a ritual, like ice cream or a snack or something that you have to do when you go? It's on every time you go. This gets done.
Ooh, that's a tough one right there.
We call it kind of our Disney ritual.
Yeah, we got
I have
more than one, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. One of the ones we love getting ice cream, sitting under the yellow umbrellas in front of the castle and just vegging. Love doing that. Which of course right now the ice cream shop is out, but we still did that this last time. We just grabbed some Starbucks and sat there and just had a great time.
But Casey's opened up, right? Didn't they just open back up? So maybe there's hope for the ice cream shop.
Did Casey's open back up?
I think it did. They they showed a bunch of people singing in front of it, and they had all their people dressed up like Casey's.
Oh, I had not heard that.
I think the last time we saw, there was just a little hot dog stand, like one little food carts right in front of it. So
right in front of it, yeah.
I haven't seen anything if it's opened, but I think for me, one of the must dos is always get you some Dole Whip. Go stand by the Enchanted Tiki Room, get you some nice Dole Whip, and just cool off. Because we normally go in the summertime, July, August, so it's hot, packed. Yes. So great way to cool off is with a Dole Whip.
Although James, we were there this July and it wasn't very packed, was it?
No, not. It was actually, it's sad. Well, not sad, but it was kind of, a downer that it wasn't that packed. But when you got to ride every single ride at least 4 or 5 times, I wasn't complaining.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we call them our Stacy must-dos, by the way. Because we have a Stacy of our own.
Uh-huh.
Our must-dos. But yeah, one of them is making sure that we go around World Showcase at or just after closing of the park.
Oh, yes.
I mean, just to take in the music and a lot lower crowds, it's awesome.
It is. That is one of the best walks.
Especially at nighttime in the summer, it's like perfect weather and everything. That's one of our favorite things to do.
Well, you guys stay at the boardwalk pretty much.
We try.
So
we try.
That's a great walk and a great connection there.
Depends on the scratch tickets and how lucky we are.
Now, they've taken down your clown.
Thank God.
I'm not a big fan of that clown anyways. But...
And he's gone for good, by the way, too.
Yeah, that's what they said. He's gone for good.
Not coming back. See, there's hope.
They got to put IP in place, right? Magical Paradise says, have you ever tried doing that at home? I've had a projector and I tried it. It looked pretty cool. You guys should check out my Backyard Gone Disney from HGTV. It's cool. Backyard Gone Disney. I like the sound of that. That's really cool. Well, you got any so all right, last question. I don't even know how I put this question on the list. I don't even know how I would answer this question, but hey, why not? And this will be our last question. What is your definition of a Disney dad? What do you like so much about being a Disney dad? Or, I don't know. I don't even know how to ask that question. But, what is unique in your mind about being a Disney dad? Maybe I'll say it that way.
I think the best part about being a Disney dad is the fact that you can go to the parks. You don't have to worry about no one judging you for having fun. You're like a big kid. You're enjoying the time with your kids, and you're willing to do whatever it takes to make sure that they're having a good time. And I think the last Disney trip we just had, I think this solidified being a Disney dad. It was close to, maybe Magic Kingdom was closing, I think, at 8 or 9. I can't remember. And there was just a light mist. And my 11-year-old was like, "Hey, I want to ride Splash Mountain. Before we leave, let's ride Splash Mountain." I'm like, "Okay, cool, let's go." So we get in line, and it just starts lightly misting. By the time we get to the ride and we're sitting in, it is a torrential downpour.
Oh no!
And my 11-year-old was, "Okay, we don't have to ride it. We don't have to ride it. Let's just go." I go, "No. We're gonna ride it. You wanted to ride it. We're gonna ride it." And mind you, we didn't have no ponchos. We had, and so this last trip, I didn't pack any of our ponchos or our raincoats because my wife said, "Oh, the weather should be fine. We won't need them," because we looked at the forecast, and sure enough, we get on the ride, downpour, and the outside part before you get into the ride is just so slow, and I'm just sitting there, like, I'm either mad because it's raining, or I'm just mad because I'm getting wet. And then I'm like, you know what? I'm already sitting here. There's nothing I can do. I might as well just sit here and get soaking wet. And that, just the fact that we did that because my daughter wanted to ride it, that right there, yep, full blown Disney dad.
And
That's awesome.
You'd never do that in real life, right?
Yeah. Well, just
that's
probably,
awesome.
yeah. You just never know.
Jeff, what's your take on it? That's great, James. I think that was like the summation of it.
Yeah, like being able to act like a 10-year-old without your wife yelling at you too much. Just acting like a kid, embarrassing your kids because you're is always fun. Because you're acting like a juvenile and you're just enjoying the moment, and they're like, "Okay, we're gonna go off. You go act like a kid over there. We're gonna go." They're the mature ones when we're at the park, right? I'm the 10-year-old. So yeah, just being able to bring that childhood back into your life and see it from a kid's perspective. It's just that's what I do.
That's cool. That's cool. Kelly?
All right, so sorry. Live streaming with kids running around is crazy. It's a lot harder than it looks. So
it's all good.
We just love. The best part of being a Disney dad is Disney is the place that my entire family, all 7 of us, love it. So like, there's not many places like that we can all go and everybody likes it. Like, we don't have one person that's like mad about going. It's a joy for everybody to go. And we just get there and cut up. And like he said, we act like idiots sometimes. I dance and make a fool out of myself. I make my kids do the same. And we just have the time of our life. And it's welcome there. It's literally the happiest place on earth. So that's why we love it so much.
That's awesome. Well,
I think Disney dad, anybody can be a Disney dad. If you're a dad and you like Disney, you're a Disney dad.
That's right.
At some level, some capacity.
Mm-hmm.
I think for me, and what I've seen is that even if you don't connect with your child outside, when you get to Disney, there's a certain level of connection that you can make with your child, and be on the same level, so to speak. Because like you said, you don't have to be the dad that's with the rules, this, that, and the other. You can be that 15-year-old with them or the 10-year-old with them, and kind of enjoy it in that moment, I guess, in a lot of ways. I know for my dad and I, we didn't connect that well, but we connected with baseball. I think some families can connect with Disney. Maybe you don't connect outside of it, but when you're there, that's where you can. And Disney Dad can be anybody, and I highly recommend to those dads that haven't tried it to try it with your kids one time. You never know. It might change things for the good.
That's true. That is very true. Charlie?
Yeah, my goal when we're down there is, as a Disney dad, is just to make my kids laugh. I don't care how silly I am. I don't care. No, there's an understanding. When you're down there, other people are doing the same thing. They're acting crazy. They're doing whatever it takes to make that trip awesome for their kids, and I try to do whatever I can. I don't care if I look like an idiot. I'm an idiot all the time, so it doesn't matter to me. I'm in the parks trying to make the kids laugh. If I can get a little snarky remark out of Sophie, I know I've done my job. If I can get her to laugh, if I can get Avery, belly laughing, I've done my job, And then the little things like Sophie was mentioning this to me last week, and it's kind of stuck with me when she said, it came up in the conversation that when she was little, when we were in Disney World, she would pretend to fall asleep so that I would carry her out of the park. And I think we all know, as Disney dads, we know when our kids are pretending to fall asleep, and we carry them anyways. And I loved it.
That is so true.
So it's a little thing. I didn't say that to her, but obviously we know when they're, and it's those little moments when they're little like that stick with you.
I told mine, get up and walk.
It's part of being a Disney dad,
It is.
I remember one of the coolest memories I had with Rebecca. She was very little. I mean, I think it was maybe the first trip we made, maybe the second, and she was still really, in the stroller, really small. And we had eaten at Pecos Bill's, and we went out. We decided to just sit out there and watch the fireworks. Well, this child fell asleep during the fireworks. How that's possible? And it was Wishes. You guys remember Wishes? And we were against the wall, and I was sitting down on the pavement with her, and she was asleep in my arms. And after the fireworks were over, we were both covered in gunpowder. I mean, it was all over us, and it was just always a memory, because I'm like, how many times are you going to sit with your child and the two of you be covered in gunpowder? But it was just so awesome. I mean, the way the wind was blowing that night, it was like just rained down on us. And so when we got back to the hotel, we're having to wash her hair and wash all the gunpowder residue out of her hair.
Wow.
But yeah, it is just being that crazy, being a dad, and just, no holds barred. Well, guys, thank you so much for this. I have had a blast. I hope you have. I mean,
great.
I appreciate our
Thanks, Sean. This is awesome.
Been in the chat. Jerry,
thanks for inviting me.
Absolutely, and we'll do it again. We'll keep coming up with a plan, and we'll do it. And hopefully, Charlie, I'll see you around Christmas, and Walt, hopefully I'll be seeing you here pretty soon if we can get together. And Kelly's going to be down there next week, and we'll be down there, and Jeff, he's down there too, so maybe we can finally all get together. And James,
one thing real quick?
Yes, absolutely.
Hey, just if anybody's watching, or any of you guys, I don't know what your plans are, I need help with the surprise. We're surprising my two nephews and my niece. They're coming with us, and they have no idea. And if anybody's going to be in the park either tomorrow or Saturday and would be willing to do like a 10-second video saying their names and say, surprise, you're going to Disney World, maybe in front of the castle or anything Star Wars. And if you would be willing to do that, I would be grateful, so I could surprise them, and just hit me on Instagram or something like that, and we'll set it up. I would love that.
I'll be at Animal Kingdom Saturday. So let me know.
Cool. Okay,
I can do it in front of the
That'd
tree.
Be awesome. Oh, how cool!
That'd be cool.
Oh, how cool! Awesome. Well, I appreciate it, guys, and check out everybody's channel. They're great channels in here. Check everybody out and keep watching. I know Vlogmas is going on or kind of around the circuit here, and keep watching out for everybody's videos. And make sure you guys click the like button before you head out. And but I appreciate you guys so much, and I look forward to seeing you in the parks.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Thanks, everybody.
See you in a couple.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Sean.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye,
Thanks,
guys.
everybody in the chat.
Well, thank you guys so much for our first ever Disney Dad stream. I had a great time. I hope you did. And make sure you check out these dads, their channels. They do a great job in the Disney YouTube community. I know all of them, personally, and I've met all of them, and they're just amazing guys. So you want to check them out. And I thank you for hanging out with Mickey Sightings tonight. This is our day 10 of Vlogmas, was this stream. We'll continue uploading videos over the course of the next 15 days as we continue to celebrate 25 days of our Vlogmas magic. But you guys have a great night. Thank you so much for coming in. Thank you for everybody for hanging out with us tonight. And we'll be doing this again, and we'll let you know when it'll all take place. But always remember this: never lose sight of this one thing. It was all started by a mouse and a really good dad by the name of Walt Disney. Have a great night.